Okay, what's going on, REI Marketing Weekly Newsletter subscribers? It's your boy Josh Culler here. So today I want to bring a very interesting concept to the table for you. This is something that I actually just learned. And I've always framed up the video content that I do for clients and for myself as well that kind of works around this framework. But what I'm about to explain to you right now really puts in perspective like a very specific outline of how your video content should be for your brand. So hopefully all that makes sense. I'm just going to explain it. So basically what I'm telling you is that I've built videos kind of this way, but never in this kind of exact framework. So today I'm going to teach you how to create great videos. And I'm not talking about the content, the quality of it. I'm talking about like the framework of it. So GREAT, G-R-E-A-T, stands for an acronym, which means G, grab attention, R, restate the problem, and I'm looking this way because I got notes here. E is explain the solution, A is actual proof, and then T is tell them what to do. So I'm going to walk through these really quick. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on these because it's pretty simple. It's pretty basic, and if you guys want more information, shoot me an email, josh@cullermedia.com, and I can give you all my notes for this actual topic. So this kind of came out of... So I can't take credit for this, by the way. And most of the stuff that I tell you here, I can't take credit for. I learned it from somewhere else. But everything that we learn is from somewhere else, right? Very few things are actually like pulled out of thin air. So I got this from a guy named Owen Video. I guess that's his like stage name or whatever. So Owen Video, and he was on a podcast for social media marketing with Michael Stelzner. And he talked about this. This is actually the first time that I heard about it, which is interesting. So let's kind of go through these points right here. And this is really and I'll leave notes in the actual description of this video as well. So after you watch this video, click on the notes description, you'll see that. I'll literally copy and paste what I have here. So let's go through each part of this. So each letter, and I'm going to spend like maybe 30, 45 seconds on each one of these. So this is what you should build your video content around. I guess this would work for most any other content, so articles or ebooks or graphics that's going on your image graphics or whatever. But this is specifically for video, I believe it is. So G, grab attention. This is an obvious one. So you're hooking people onto the video, which is your thumbnail, which is the the video wrapper, so the actual title graphic that goes across right here, right? So I don't have one on here because this is a video that's exclusive to the newsletter community. And so grab attention. So you definitely need, there's a few things that you could do for this. Number one is obviously like a really good thumbnail, whether you're on YouTube or if you're on, if you're posting to Instagram. There's a couple of neat little tricks that you could do, which is like you could create a thumbnail, put it at the very front end of the video so that when you're choosing your cover for the video, it'll go to that. But that's a little bit of a higher technique that probably most people don't need to do. But the most common thing that you can do is add closed captions to the bottom, but also to add that big, bold title at the top with a video wrapper. Now, there's platforms that you can do this with. Headliner.app is one of those. I've talked about that a couple times on this newsletter, so try that one out. So grab attention. That's the first thing. You got to grab people's attention. If you don't have their attention, you're not going to get through the rest of these, and frankly, you're just going to waste your time putting video out. So got to grab people's attention with something that's interesting to your audience. R is restate the problem. So I'm going to read my notes and then kind of expound on it. So restate the problem, which means zero in on stating the problem or the pain point. Show them that you know who they are, right? So I deal a lot with investors, and this is a newsletter built for real estate investors, real estate professionals. And, when you're putting out a video that's talking about somebody's inherited property and how you can help them out of that situation, stop worrying about how you can help them, like how you can buy their house. Stop telling them like, hey, I can buy your house. You got an inherited property? I'll buy your house. Bring value to them. Actually tell them about their pain point. Like explain what their pain point is. They'll relate immediately, and it'll be far easier getting them through the door instead of jumping into that bidding war with the investor that's, doesn't care about their problem. So restate the problem for them. Explain what the problem is, and then zero in on it. Show them that you know who they are, and then you relate to them. It's the same way of building a relationship, right? So when you build relationships with somebody, you're going to build a relationship with somebody, whether it's a friendship, a marriage, or, you know, brother, sister, whatever it is, you're always going to have something in common with them. And if you can relate to them with that, then, you know, you connect even better. So restate the problem. Show them that you know exactly who they are and what their problem is. And then, yeah, so you're dating them at that point, and then you know, once they start pulling the trigger, they start building a relationship with you, then, you know, ask them to marry you and then make it happen, right? So that's restate the problem, which is R. E is explain the solution, which is your solution. Then, so we've grabbed their attention. Now we've restated the problem. We've told them exactly what their pain point is and haven't mentioned anything about who we are or how I can buy your house. Now here's your opportunity to explain your solution. So talk about how, you know, you're differentiated between your competition. Talk about how you've been able to help people that have been in their specific pain point and their problem, their situation. So go into that, explain how you're going to be able to help them. Talk about, you know, the closing process. Talk about how fast you can close. Tell them, you know, you don't need a realtor in order to sell to me. Explain your solution. So that would be step number 3. So don't get that mixed up. Most people will grab the attention and then explain their solution right off the bat, and you haven't built any rapport with the person. You haven't dated them yet. You're just going straight for the kiss, right? So we're going to call it the kiss of death, because once that happens, then more times than not, you're going to lose somebody. So the third point, so explain your solution after you've restated their problem and told them, you know, that you know who they are. You know what their problem is. So that's E. A, actual proof, which is pretty simple. Testimonials, factual, proven results. So if you have a case study, so let's go back to the inherited property, because that seems to be a really common one now. So, you know, you're doing the video, you grab their attention, you've restated the problem, you've told them like, hey, you've got an inherited property. I know what this problem's like. I've been here before or whatever. You explain your solution, say, hey, I can buy your house. I can get you out from underneath this. I can make it quick and painless so that you can get out of there in, you know, 14 days or whatever your closing process is. And then show them actual proof, which could be a case study or a testimonial. So you might even work a little snippet of a testimonial into that video of somebody that you've also helped out of an inherited property. So you could do that, or you could just talk about a quick case study. So give them a really quick, to the point case study. Again, don't make this something that's it's War and Peace, right? You're not going to try to, you know, tell them this entire massive, you know, 10-minute story. Explain it very, very subtly and explain it very quickly, right? But make sure it's easy for them to understand. And then obviously factual proven results is another thing. So for me, I can, you know, if I'm doing a video, I can actually tell people, like for my media services, I could tell them like, hey, we've established a goal for this client's content and we have reached this goal, you know, multiple times, and here's the proof for that. So that's another thing. So that's A. So we've gone through GREA, and then T is tell them what to do. This is where a lot of people get this messed up. And what I would avoid saying, and this is something that I actually just learned from this, and it made a lot of sense. It actually took me a little bit of research to fully grasp onto this and fully understand it. But it is tell them what to do, but don't say visit my website or you know, call my phone numbers. On video, I would never put a phone number on there. Always do a website or an email address, obviously. But even more detailed, tell them to click the link below and tell them exactly where to click. So, hey, there's a link right in the description below. Make sure you go click that and then explain what that's going to do. So promote the next step, right? So the next step might be click, and I'm reading my notes here, click on the link below to fill out the form, and you'll receive a call from us to look at your house and to come help you solve the problem. If you click the button, basically, here's what's going to happen. So explain that at the very end of your video, and I'll do that here in just a second, but explain that here at the very end of the video, but don't say, go visit my website, because now what you're doing is you're relying on them taking the initiative and the discipline to go do what you want them to do. Whereas if you have a direct link below your video, now it makes it easier because they don't have to go to their URL and type in joshbuyshouses.com, or they don't have to type in their phone number and replay the video and try to get the number right because the 2 and the 9 were mixed up, right? So if you have a link, like if you're putting video out there, I would always encourage having some kind of a link that leads them to the next step in the funnel. And that's what you want to do. So you want to tell them what to do, explain the process, like explain what's going to happen once they click on that actual link, because people are leery. People don't want to go to the link and then they see, you know, a 25 field web form that they have to fill out in order for you to contact them back. They don't want to do that. So make sure that you explain it into detail what they're getting into, and you'll be golden. So that's what I got for you guys. Great. So let me go over it one more time. G is grab attention. R is restate the problem. E is explain your solution. A is actual proof. T, tell them what to do. So when you're creating video content, frame it around those 5 pillars and you will be absolutely on the right track. So that's what I got for you. I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you guys can actually check out the article that I have here. Or I might even just paste the notes. So I'll copy and paste my notes so that you guys have them and you can read them into more detail if you want. If you have any questions, email me, josh@colormedia.com. There is a link in the description below that you can check out. Just click that and then you can email me directly. Or visit my website, color.media. It'll be good. So if you have any questions, reach out to me and let me know. If not, make sure you're checking out the rest of the newsletter. Go back to the newsletter. Some awesome content coming in hot. So check it out. Catch you guys next week.